the Florida-Orlando mission is in the middle of Florida. A while back, it actually used to be shaped like Florida, but about 6 months into my mission, they rearranged the temple boundaries, and so there was one zone in particular, the Stewart Zone, that was cut off and put onto Fort Lauderdale mission so that they would be in the same mission as their temple district. I think there are 6 zones, 6 stakes in that mission at the moment. I don't know how many wards there are, but each one is a little different demographically. There are ones that are near the East Coast, and so you get some of the beaches kind of a thing going on. Not the same kind of beaches that you think of in Miami. They're a little cooler, not as heavily populated. You don't see like high rises on the beach. You mostly see some trailers, at least where I was. There are lakes everywhere, and one of the things that they tell you, whether it's the locals or whether it's your mission companions, everybody's going to tell you that the rule of thumb is to, like, if you see a body of water, there's probably an alligator in it. So it's not that there's an alligator in every body of water, but it's just that that's how many alligators there are in Florida, and so when you're around the water, I mean, it's not a good idea to go swimming or anything like that as a missionary in general, but in Florida you wouldn't want to anyways. The people are terrific. There's a large diversity in Orlando. There's a lot of Cuban and Puerto Rican population. There's quite a bit of African American population. There's a bit of white population as well. Caucasian, Hispanic, Latino. I don't know that there's a majority. I mean, I don't think anybody holds a majority in Orlando. It's kind of all spread out. There's quite a bit of difference, and there's a lot of good food. I mean, because of the diversity of the area, you have your southern folk, the people who cook, cornbread and collard greens, and take you out to Cracker Barrel, and then there are the families that sit down and make a good chicken soup, with rice and beans, and it's just a really good, diverse place. You can have a lot of good options, and you're going to experience a lot of different cultures and a lot of good food. It's a good place. As for the weather, I mean, in the summertime, around 3 o'clock every day, there's a thunderstorm that lasts about an hour. So you're gonna get wet. I mean, it's just a fact. Maybe hopefully you'll be inside, because there are times when we would go into appointments and we would go in and it would be sunny, and we'd come out and it had rained, and it's interesting. You see the cartoons with the guys that are being chased by the thunderstorm cloud. It's true. It happens on the East Coast. But it's rather warm. It's very humid, and if it does get cold, it doesn't get too cold. When I was there, it never really dropped below 50 or 60, but in other years, apparently, it's gotten as low as 30 degrees, and with the humidity, it's not as pleasant because it kind of cuts through your clothes, and I heard that it's pretty cold, but I never really experienced it myself. It was always rather warm.